Hello, and welcome back to HunterTuned. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I actually worked on a circle track car for a guy and his kid. They met me through word of mouth of some other racing guys and hit me up and needed some tuning, just some knowledge on their Integra that they circle track race here at Wisconsin International Raceway. And they hit me up and they had some motor troubles, and I told them kind of what to change and what to fix on the car, and I think they liked me because I helped them out without them being an actual customer or anything right away. So they ended up bringing the car down. I got it tuned up and dynoed and everything like that, and they actually invited me to Wisconsin International Raceway to just go turn some laps in the car. And I threw my GoPro inside the Integra and I made a couple laps with it. So I'm gonna throw those in here in a minute, but I just wanted to say how blessed I am for that to happen. That was super cool because me and Christian have been talking for a while that we kind of, drag racing is super fun, guys, and it is like my bread and butter, all around what kind of got me into racing in general is drag racing. But there's so many other forms of motorsports and so many other forms of racing that is just as fun or more fun than drag racing. And not saying that we're going to quit drag racing, but this Civic that you guys seen in one of the last videos is a piece of shit, Too Fast, Too Furious Civic. I'm probably going to go back to the shop and bust the windows out of the fucking thing, take the motor and trans out, and we might build a cage for it and turn it into a circle car because, man, I had a blast. I'm in a race car. So anyways, we took the car out and had a lot of fun. As you guys can see, I had a blast. It's definitely a learning curve. I've never actually raced a circle car. I play iRacing a little bit. I have a simulator and stuff that I built on the channel if you guys haven't checked that out. So I do have a little bit of experience with a simulator.
I got a little bit of experience.
With a simulator? Dude, the iRacing shit, if you guys haven't played iRacing or don't have a racing sim, I even just have like a basic, cheap, bullshit, wooden hunk of shit, like, racing simulator, and it teaches you a lot of driving, like, what to do in certain situations, and, that's the only experience I really have, but, man, I want to get into it. I think he purposely invited me up here because he wants to see me get into something like this.
Right. So it was super cool to watch. Like, it was...
I wish we would have got footage of it outside the car, but we didn't.
Right. But it was super cool, like I said, super cool to watch and just see you, like, out of your element.
Yeah. Totally out of my element.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, so we are back at the shop now, home from WIR, and we got some good news planned for this Friday. Hopefully you guys will like it. There's actually an event at our home track, Wisconsin International Raceway, called Eve of Destruction. And it is an event where they have like trailer races, figure 8 races. It's just an Eve of Destruction. So the Integra that I was playing around with tonight on the track will be racing a 50-lap feature same night at Eve of Destruction. So we're going to be supporting them guys, coming out there to, you know, watch and support and tune if needed on the car, and also just going to go out there and have a great time. So we came out to the shop tonight because we were going to work on something, and I pulled the Cutlass in here because I rearranged some stuff in the shop, and I got the Mustang pulled in and kind of just went over it, just kind of checked some stuff over and checked the shock length, because I know I was telling you guys about that, and I thought my shocks were not extending far enough, and it turns out the location of the shock in the Fox body right now is actually pretty good, and I'm not going to mess with it. So what I did is I actually went up to my engine builder, and he ordered me a set of Mickey Thompson ET Pros, and it's a 275 drag radial, and we're going to try that. I bought a brand new set of drag radials. They will be here tomorrow, I hope. Tomorrow or Friday at the latest. And we're going to try a set of ET Pros on the car. A little stiffer sidewall. The slick probably would work a lot better if I ran more air pressure, but these slicks are really old, so if I put more air pressure in it, they spin. So the radial will be a lot more stable down track, and it will be also probably hook a little bit better and just work better overall on a turbo car. So that is the goal. We want to get the Mustang in the 1.3-ish range, 60 foot, and I'm hoping I can do that once I have the drag radial on the car. Like I said, I think it'll be all right. There's actually a guy that I've been following. He has a very similar setup with shittier shocks, same suspension components everywhere else, and he does 1.3 60 foots on a radial. Could not do it on a slick, but he does it on a radial. So that's what we're going to shoot for. In other news, we pulled the G-body in here, and I took this thing down the road and just kind of took it for a little cruise, and I made it about, I don't know, a quarter mile down the street, and this thing was just clanging and banging around. Like the rear end was making a lot of noise. So I proceeded to pull it in the shop. We got it jacked up right now, and we pulled the cover off of it to find out there was no fluid in the rear end. None. And I proceeded to just tear the rear end apart because we found a broken ring gear, and the guy had told me that when I bought it, so it's not really that big of a deal. But we did take the carrier out of this thing. It is a posi rear end, so that's pretty cool. So we do have the little gov lock thing in there. And this, I don't know if this is an 8.5-inch ring gear or what size ring gear it is. It does look to appear to be a little bit small, but as you guys can see, we do have a couple broken teeth on the ring gear. So this, when the teeth would skip across this, it would make a very horrendous sound under the car. And it did break right there. The guy said he was doing a burnout, and after the burnout or something, he heard a bunch of clanging and banging around, and the car got parked, and then HunterTuned bought it. I'm just curious of why this happened. The car's suspension seems pretty good. This does have a 4-link coil spring suspension, so I don't think any wheel hop was really involved, unless, you know, the tires got hot and he was on uneven ground or something. Maybe a wheel hopped. I'm not really sure, but honestly, these parts really don't just break if they're installed right, and you know, the gear lash and everything is set right. But there is a tooth right here that's just kind of chipped off on the top, which makes me think that it might have been shimmed wrong. So we're probably going to just get a new ring gear for this rear end for the rest of the year, because I told Christian I want him to race this car, and because I don't think we're going to be able to get the S10 done for Christian by the, you know, in the next 2 weeks. We would like to, but I would like to take my time on Christian's S10 and actually do a really good job on it, so it'll be reliable and we can make a really fast truck out of it. But for the time being, I think you'll have a lot of fun with this fog car.
Oh yeah,
it'll be a lot of fun.
Dude, okay, so I was just in there, yeah, and the indicator for
park reverse,
right, is off a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah, I think drop all the way down. It says it's in drive, but it's in first. Yep. So that'll be a little weird.
You can kick it up and kick it up, yeah, manually shift it. Hopefully we can manually shift it. Otherwise it might be okay just shifting it just in drive.
Right.
I'm not really sure. We have no miles on this car. All I know is it does fucking wicked donuts. with a broken rear end.
And
So,
no fluid in it.
yeah, no fluid at all. So yeah, we're gonna have to find a ring gear. I think I might just be able to find a ring gear that's the same gear ratio as this, because I think it is a 373. It is a Richmond gear, 80-0452-18620 there it says. I was told it's 373, so, and the pinion gear looks good. There's no damage on the pinion gear, so I think maybe just swapping the ring gear out will get us to where we need to be. So we're gonna try to maybe put some paint on the new gear, check the lash, all that kind of stuff, so we know it's good, and we're just gonna send it, see how much this 10 bolt can handle, because honestly guys underestimate 10 bolts a lot. I've ran 10 bolts in a lot of stuff, and they do hold up fairly well. As long as the suspension doesn't wheel hop or anything like that, just like Honda stuff. Just like Honda transmissions and whatnot, when you know, you wheel hop or your car chatters a little bit, or you fucking run over a uneven road or anything like that, that's usually when the transmissions break. So, in other news, the motor for the Civic here is still up in the air on what the hell I'm gonna do, because the pistons, I actually measured today at the machine shop, the pistons are sticking out of the bore above the deck 80 thousandths of an inch. So 80 thousandths is too much to run LS rod, because an LS rod is 1 mil shorter and would only bring the piston down 40 thousandths.
Right.
So we'd still have 40 thousandths above the deck, which sucks. My machinist engine builder honestly told me that I could stack 2 head gaskets, but a stock Honda head gasket's only 30 thousandths thick. So if we ran 2 of them, we'd still have 20 thousandths over the head gasket. So it's just like, man, I don't know what I want to do. I really want to run this block because it's already filled and cylinders are honed. You know, I know that everything is good on the bottom side. It just sucks because I just don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I can get LS crank and rods, or I'll just run B16 rods matched to this crank. If anybody has some B16 rods, I will gladly buy them and get them to fit in this block, because a B16 rod is actually 3 mil shorter than the B18 stuff. So that would bring us down, actually I think it's more than 3 mil, but I think it would be like, the pistons might sit a little bit below the deck, but that's okay because the pistons are high compression anyways, so we'll still have a pretty high compression setup even if they're below the deck a small bit. I think that's my best option. I just got to find a set of B16 rods and get them to fit on my GSR crank, or run the B16 rods with an LS crank, because I have a couple LS cranks sitting around, so I could do that as well. But I got to just do something, because it just sucks, because like little setbacks like this really suck, because I got to take the whole motor back apart, take all the bearings back out, probably have to get different bearings because I'm going to have to run a different crank, etc., etc. Kind of sucks. So anyways, yeah, before we end the video, I'm probably going to pull the Civic in here, go over some parts with you guys, and we're probably going to be parting that car out, and I'm probably going to start parting it out here soon, like now. So if anybody's interested, here we go. Alright guys, so we got the turd car in here. Man, what a race car this thing's going to make. I'm ready to just smash these windows all out. Right. This one's about ready to shatter anyway. Actually, it is shattered. We'll just smash this one out, smash that one out, smash that one out. Maybe we can leave the lunch pail on it for circle track. Oh, no, they don't allow actually spoilers or anything. Nope. So we'd have to get rid of the wing.
You get extra downforce.
Yep. It probably does play a role though, maybe. Yeah, so we'll just fucking gut this damn thing, completely gut it, and then we'll put a cage in it with the door bar, rip the panels out, all the interior panels and stuff like that. And yeah, maybe we'll get some more footage of that other car that I was actually driving today, and just kind of show you the ropes of how the car is set up and how it looks. But yeah, so on to the good stuff that I probably will be parting out on this thing. And starting here, we have a genuine Garrett GTX 3582 with a, I believe it's a 82 housing. I don't exactly know what turbine housing's on it. It's a 5-bolt, and yeah, it has pretty decent oil feed line. I think it's Aeroquip. Yeah, it is. Aeroquip feed line. Garrett, genuine Garrett turbo. Blue Ridge Motorsports top mount. Tile 38 millimeter V-band wastegate. So that stuff alone, I don't know what's a fair price for all that stuff. The manifold I feel like should bring $300.
Right.
Because the manifold is super nice. $300 to $400. I'd probably do like 400 shipped on the manifold alone. And then moving on to the turbo, probably another 3 or 4.
Right.
For the turbo, being a genuine Garrett.
Let's say 3.
So, it's a little bit of side-to-side shaft play, nothing major. Downpipe is worthless. Nobody wants that thing. The tile gate, I don't know, $100.
Right.
And then that's pretty much it for the turbo kit stuff. And then the cylinder head has cam and dual valve springs and retainers. Brian Crower, I believe. And I don't know exactly what cam is in it. It has adjustable cam gear. And yeah, so like all the head stuff is super nice. ARP head studs. And then the bottom end of this motor, from what I've been told, it is a sleeved D16Y8 block. Sleeved with forged pistons. They're not Viteras, I don't think. So I think it's a sleeved bottom end with Viteras, and I don't know what rod. So if somebody wanted to give me a really good offer on the whole thing, I might think about it. We might actually tune this piece of shit before we take it apart and just make sure the motor makes good power, which it does. It runs good. It hits on all 4 cylinders. It doesn't smoke. And yeah, but the transmission is complete junk. And yeah. Also has AEM fuel pressure regulator back here. So that is another thing that we could probably get rid of for like $50 or something. RC 750s I'd sell for like $100. They are like the plug and play ones too. There's no resistor box on those. And yeah, GM 3-bar. I'll probably hang on to that thing. Mm-hmm. And then it has like MSD distributor cap and external coil. If anybody's interested in that, probably be like $100 or something. And that's pretty much it.
Shoot offers. Yeah,
shoot offers over to me if you guys are interested in buying any of this stuff. This is just kind of a feeler to see if anybody's interested in some of this stuff before, you know, we take it apart. So yeah, I feel like there's got to be more to this thing, but probably not. It's kind of a pile of shit. But nonetheless, it is probably a decent shell for racing. So that's probably what we're going to do. Try to leave it as stock as possible, and we'll put a stock Honda engine in it. Like a, I don't know. I'd probably run like a stock B series or something.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. Yeah. There is no ECU because I actually had gotten rid of the computer in this and did some trading and got a Honda for the purple car, so this car has no computer in it. So I'll have to figure something out there. The gauges in it are nothing special, so that's nothing really to shake a stick at. The shifter's pretty tight, so the shifter's pretty nice.
Interior smells like poop.
Yeah, if anybody needs interior pieces, maybe let me know. A couple bucks here and there for shipping or whatever. The seats are fucking garbage. I don't even know what else is fucking even in this thing. Oh, there's a goddamn rice cannon back here.
Oh yeah?
10 horsepower. 10 horsepower, that's right. Hey, that's actually a pretty nice muffler. It's an Apexi. Somebody might actually want that.
That's what
I know, dude. It really is. Ooh, it's got a little broken weld. We might have to patch that up before we sell it.
That is one good looking muff.
That is a nice muff. Oh, nice straight through design. Should we put that on the Cutlass?
Toss that on the S10.
Imagine a goddamn rice cannon on the back of that thing. Alrighty guys, so you got a little bit of an update on what we did today. It was a lot of fun. Be sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. And hopefully we'll get the G-body up and running tomorrow, I hope, if I can find a ring gear. And then we'll go do some wicked fucking donuts and burnouts with this thing. It'll be a lot of fun. And I want to put a different carburetor on it, and I may have a nitrous kit. So, yeah, and then the Mustang, obviously, we're going to get some new tires for it. Maybe work on this turd, and the CRV is just kind of chilling, waiting for me to be motivated to do stuff with it. But it just runs and drives, so I just don't touch it. Yeah. See you later. Have a great night and better tomorrow.
Don't mess with it.